Welcome back to Natural English Hub, everyone. I am Sachal, and this is part 2 of our English Pattern series.
And I am Sarah, and this time, Sachal, I came prepared.
Prepared? What do you mean?
Last time, I secretly wrote down your patterns without you knowing. Remember?
How could I forget? You caught me using 15 patterns without realizing it.
So this time, my notepad is already open, my pen is ready, and I am not missing a single one.
In that case, let us make this interesting. Today, 15 more powerful patterns that native speakers use every single day. All natural, all immediately usable, and all flowing naturally through one real conversation.
If you missed part 1, go back and watch it first. 15 patterns are waiting for you there. Today, we continue with 15 more.
By the end of today, you will have 30 patterns total, all yours, all ready for your very next English conversation.
Let's get started with pattern number 1.
Sarah, to be honest, I have been thinking about taking a trip somewhere.
And there it is, pattern 1. To be honest, meaning sharing your genuine opinion, being real, being direct.
To be honest, I did not enjoy that film. To be honest, I have no idea what to do. To be honest with you, I think you should reconsider.
To be honest signals that what follows is your real, genuine thought. Not polished, not rehearsed, just real. And it makes the listener feel trusted, like you are letting them in.
So instead of just saying your opinion directly, you say to be honest first. And immediately it sounds more natural and more human.
Exactly. Now, pattern 2. In my opinion. Meaning, this is what I think. My personal view. My perspective.
In my opinion, this is the best approach. In my opinion, patience is the most important quality. In my opinion, we should wait a little longer.
To be honest is more emotional, more personal, more vulnerable. In my opinion is more considered, more thoughtful, more formal. But both are completely natural every single day.
So I use to be honest when I want to share something real and personal. And in my opinion, when I want to share a considered view on something.
Perfect! You just explained the difference better than most grammar books.
Pattern 3. At first. This one I use all the time, but never noticed until now.
At first means in the beginning, initially, before things changed. At first I was nervous, but then I relaxed. At first the job seemed difficult, before I got used to it. At first I did not like living here. Now I love it.
At first always has that feeling of things were different at the start, but they changed.
Exactly. And it is perfect for storytelling. Whenever you want to describe how something started before it changed, at first is your pattern.
At first, I was confused by English patterns. Now, I use them naturally.
Perfect sentence. Now, pattern 4. In the beginning. Very similar to at first, but with slightly more emphasis. More storytelling feel.
So, at first, I was nervous, short, casual. In the beginning, everything felt overwhelming. More emphasis, more dramatic.
Exactly. In the beginning of the project, we had no idea what we were doing. In the beginning, it was hard, but eventually things became clear. Both interchangeable in most situations. At first, for casual, quick stories. In the beginning, when you want more weight and drama.
And one of our viewers wrote, I have been watching English videos for 4 months, and in the beginning, I could not understand anything. Now, everything is clearer. A perfect, natural use of both patterns in one sentence.
Now, here is where it gets really interesting, because the next 2 patterns are ones native speakers use to cut straight to the point. And once you start using them, your English will immediately sound more confident and more fluent. Stay with us.
Pattern 5. In short. This one feels very powerful.
In short means to summarize, to say something briefly, to get to the point. In short, we need more time. The brief summary, the main point. In short, I agree with you. In short, this is the best option we have.
So when I want to cut through all the detail and just give the conclusion, I say in short?
Perfect for presentations, for discussions, for any moment where clarity matters more than explanation. Now, pattern 6, in other words, meaning saying the same thing differently, explaining more clearly.
She was not very happy. In other words, she was furious. The project is behind schedule. In other words, we are in trouble.
Sachal, in other words, are you saying I talk too much sometimes?
In short, yes.
I walked right into that one.
In short, and in other words, 2 patterns that make you sound confident, clear, and completely natural in any conversation. Pattern 7. For instance, I hear this everywhere, but always default to for example instead.
Both are completely natural and interchangeable. For instance, you could try speaking English to yourself every morning. For instance, she designed everything herself. There are many ways to improve your English. For instance, listening to podcasts is one of the best.
So, for instance, gives a practical example of what was just said.
Exactly. And using for instance instead of always saying for example immediately makes your English sound more varied and more natural. Native speakers switch between both naturally.
You can improve your vocabulary in many ways. For instance, reading English books every day.
Perfect. Now pattern 8. As usual, meaning as always happens, in the way that is typical, following the normal pattern.
As usual, I left everything until the last minute.
As usual, she handled everything perfectly. As usual, Marco was late. As usual, you understood before I even finished explaining.
As usual always has that feeling of this is expected. This is the pattern. This is what always happens. No surprise.
Sometimes funny, sometimes slightly exasperated. Always very human and always very natural between friends and colleagues.
Pattern 9. At least. This one feels very comforting.
Because it is. At least means the minimum positive thing. Even if everything else is bad, this is still good. The day was difficult, but at least I learned something. It rained all day. At least we had good company.
At least you tried. At least we finished on time. At least now I know what to do differently next time.
At least is one of the most comforting patterns in English. It finds the positive minimum in any negative situation, and it makes the listener feel better immediately.
So whenever something goes wrong, you say at least, and then find one good thing, even a small one.
Exactly. Now, pattern 10. At most. The opposite direction. The maximum. Not more than this. It will take at most 2 hours. Maximum 2 hours, not more. There were at most 20 people there. The maximum number.
So at least means minimum positive. At most means maximum limit.
Perfect comparison. At least 10 people came, minimum 10, maybe more. At most 10 people came, maximum 10, not more. Same number, completely different meaning. And that tiny difference is exactly what makes your English sound precise and natural.
Pattern 11. For sure. This one feels very American, but I hear it everywhere now.
Originally more American, but now completely global. Meaning certainly, definitely, without doubt. Are you coming tonight? For sure. Will this lesson help you? For sure. Is Natural English Hub worth subscribing to?
For sure, 100%.
For sure is very energetic, very confident, very positive, and it is perfect for quick, natural answers in everyday conversation.
I will be there for sure. For sure, this is the right decision. We are going for sure. Nothing will stop us.
Perfect. Pattern 12. After all, meaning considering everything, despite what was said or thought. She came after all, despite saying she would not. In the end, she came. After all, we are only human, considering everything.
Do not be too hard on yourself. After all, you did your best. After all, you have come so far already.
That is such a comforting phrase. After all always has that feeling of stepping back, looking at the bigger picture, and finding perspective. And pattern 13, all the time, meaning constantly, always, very frequently.
She does this all the time. I think about this all the time. People make this mistake all the time.
All the time gives strong emphasis. It makes something feel more powerful and more certain. So instead of saying very often, you say all the time. And immediately it sounds more natural and more expressive.
Pattern 14. At first sight. Oh, the most romantic pattern today.
Meaning immediately, the very first moment of seeing or experiencing something. It was love at first sight, the most famous use. At first sight, the problem seemed simple, before looking more closely. At first sight, the place looked perfect. The first impression.
At first sight, this grammar looks complicated, but in reality, it is very simple.
Perfect. And our final pattern, number 15, in the end, meaning finally, after everything, when it was all over. In the end, we made the right decision. In the end, it all worked out perfectly. In the end, what matters most is that you tried.
In the end, always has that feeling of looking back after everything is finished. This is what happened. This is what mattered.
In the end, everything will be okay. One of the most reassuring things you can say to someone, and one of the most natural. Now, a quick natural conversation using all 15 patterns together. Sachal, to be honest, I think we both need a holiday.
In my opinion, you are absolutely right. At first, I thought it was too expensive, but after all, we work hard. We deserve it.
In short, we are going. In other words, you have already decided.
For sure. For instance, somewhere warm with good food.
At least somewhere we can relax properly. At most 1 week. I cannot take more time off.
As usual, you are already calculating everything.
All the time. I cannot help it. But at first sight, every destination looks perfect online.
And in the beginning, every trip feels overwhelming to plan.
But in the end,
it's always worth it. Every single time.
Did everyone catch all 15 patterns in that conversation?
15 patterns, one trip planning conversation. And nothing felt forced, nothing felt like grammar, just two friends talking naturally.
And that is exactly what happens when you truly know these patterns. They come without thinking, without planning, automatically.
In part 1, we gave you 15 patterns. Today, 15 more, 30 patterns in total. All natural, all daily, all immediately usable in your very next conversation.
And one of our viewers wrote something that really stayed with me. They said, "This pattern series idea is excellent. Please continue it." And to that viewer, thank you. This is exactly why we make every single video.
Now it is your turn. Go to the comments right now and write one natural sentence using any pattern from today. Any pattern, any situation from your real life.
And tell us which pattern from part 2 was completely new for you today. Sachal and Sarah read every single comment and will correct your English completely free.
If today gave you 15 more patterns you will actually use, give this video a thumbs up.
Subscribe to Natural English Hub for new English conversations every single week.
And part 3 is coming very soon with even more powerful patterns.
See you in the next one.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.